All right, good morning. We're doing a technical analysis for the SPY this morning. Obviously, it's deserving considering the movement over the last 2 weeks. But let's start with the big picture here. All-time high, green downtrend ray, boom, boom, boom. The double tap right there. Here's the blue uptrend that we had going since June. Lasted a few months, and now we broke it. The last couple weeks have been, interesting. Here's a double tap right here to get us up off. We busted through this downtrend from the mid-August high. That was actually quite strong. We had 4 days in a row that was rubbing against. I think this is 1 or 2 here, and then we stopped here. I was surprised when we busted up through it, but then when we hit the 200-day EMA, we got snapped down hard. And that big move is basically set this up. And if we throw a ray on this one, you know what? I think that might be, yeah, that's the way sometimes you can tell, like when there's a huge wick on the candle. You see this nice thin from here on the top. People call them tails, but that's for me at the bottom. But this wick on the candle here, sometimes you can ignore it to a certain extent. I'm sure there is another one that is probably coming off here. That probably does exist. And it's possible that there's one coming off this one because it was the acceleration down through. Potentially. Anyway, but let's remove this one and this one for the time being. That's the angle of attack. I'm going to stick with right now. That's not super strong. I mean, it looks bad because of this huge engulfing here. But I mean, we're moving down. We're coming into, I mean, this is probably where we'll see a little bit of a bounce. It's 369, 368 area. But after that, I mean, we got 362. And then this has been my next area. Now, I would be honestly, it's been moving around, but it's been mostly around the 350s. Hasn't really got above the 350 area. Now, for me, that's the monthly anchored VWAP. And actually, we can go to the monthly view right now in general. That is the monthly anchored VWAP from, what is it, January? December 2018? Yeah, December 28. I remember that was the weird Christmas sell-off. That's the next big area of support. And then scary after that. We got another one that's at 292. And the big boy is back down. What we got down here is crazy. This is... Yeah, so that's where we're coming off here. Where are you going? You guys are way down here, right? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible because we're starting to get up to the 2020 low. So maybe it might take us a few more months. They might push it down there if a newsworthy event gets us to that. What would that be? I don't know. Good news is that on the go no go monthly, we're still go. We're still green. We're still we are not purple or amber in any way, or amber or purple. We're still fine. And then look, we're on the uptrend ray for the monthly, which is where we stopped here. Now the question is, can we hold this? What are you going to be looking for here? But we're on it. This is it. This is, I mean, it could probably go down real quick. I mean, it's a monthly moving average, so we probably could get down to 356 and move and bounce off that and end up on the month overall. Not this month, but in general on the monthly RSI, still kind of essentially above this RSI level because, RSI is lagging, so we can go down here, bounce and run. But that's my next big area of support. I think after, I mean, you could probably look at levels, and the levels would probably be down to 340. After that, there's enough chop in here. But see how this 350 area you got? I mean, you got a wick here, but I mean, there's something here. Got a little bit coming into the 350 area. It's nice, clean. Now the bottom, you can get down to 346. Yeah, I mean, we could even pop down into the 330s if we needed to. Depends on what they want to do, you know. Not a lot of volume here stopping us. Really, the next big area of support is the 300 area for volume. And we have this anchored VWAP and a lot of chop here. So I guess what I'm saying is if we can't stop here in this area, I have to imagine they just want 300. The same can be. I mean, Qs are probably going to give you the same look. Yeah, basically. Still green here. So, blue and green, we're fine. In general. Now, doom and gloom. Is it bad? Because we've moved. I mean, this is years. And if you look back, you know, look how long it took us to get. I mean, what is this? I mean, look how big of a move this is. Right? It took us years to get there, essentially. It's just the volume. The volume that we're. The range that we're working on. We were way outside the Keltner channel. Extremely aggressive. This is ridiculous. Now, if you showed me this if I was this day trading chart, I'm looking like this. I'm like, oh, we're finally pulling in, looking good. Just show me some sort of reversal pattern, and I'm looking to jump in here. Show me the daily chart, and I'm like, ugh. You know, this could be coming off, and we're consolidating. We chop for a little bit, and then we get above this high, and then we move. But you got almost a double top, then a higher low, or lower high, sorry. Failure to rally, and now we plunge. Now the question is do we start bouncing here? Who knows? It'll be interesting. So what's my point? We're on the Qs here anyway. Let's go to the SPY. So I would say today, because it's kind of to the end of the week, you know, maybe they want to salvage the week a little bit, or they want to kill the week. Question is, I don't know. Any major concerns of mine is the fact that we broke through the RSI back from January. That's broken. That leaves us this sucker, which is probably where they're going to want to take it now. And I forget where this, is this June? Is this, I think this is actually, yeah, this is from the low, right? Yeah, so this is a low from 2020. So that's basically where that's our market reset, right? It came up, bounced off January. Or, yeah, hit January, and we ran up. And then January, this is the move for January. So now the January situation, this setup is basically, I don't want to say this setup, but this idea is done. So now they're moving to the next pattern, which I think they might have to test down here, which is pretty aggressive. Scary part is unless they see a solid, unless we get a bounce right now, the monthly RSI is going to get lower. It's pretty close to it, if not on it, which is not where I'm looking to buy big. Maybe I'll add some new names, start some new positions on things I've been looking to get into for a long time, which I do have a lot, but that's probably the next big issue, is that this is telling me they want to bring it lower unless they rally it literally today or in the next few days. So they have probably today or sometime that middle of next week, assuming they don't just move sideways, which I doubt they will. This is strong enough to keep pushing down. So we're going to need an angle out that's, you know, comparable to this. So it's going to have to be a hard reaction like that. I mean, that's not super steep, but that's enough that if you're going to break through that, you're going to need some volume, aggressive buying, shut the algos, selling algos off. You know, trigger some sort of like, hey, this is the bottom rally. I'm not saying it is, but you know, there's going to be some FOMO to this rally at some point. I mean, to the sell-off. There's going to be a point where it's going to hit a key level. There's going to be a solid bounce, and you're going to get a strong rally of like, this is the bottom. Now, it might not be, or it could be, but you're going to get a nice aggressive push up. So, anyway, I wanted to make this short, and it's way too long. All right, so in summary, we broke here, which is, you know, that's over. This is going back all the way to January, so almost we're at 9 months now, almost 10 months. Next one is June, COVID low, RSI, December 2019 low here. Or no, December 2018 low. Anchored VWAP. We're outside the daily RSI, but that, yeah, it's after that. It's probably near the 350s, somewhere in this range. Maybe hit this, bounce off this, maybe just stick down and rise above it. We'll see. All right, I'll leave it there. Good luck. Nothing helping out. This is ugly. This is get out of the way and just watch. Wait for volume to step in before you make any moves. Just let the algos do what they have to do. You're not going to stop it. So just get out of the way. If the sellers want to bring it down, let them do it. Just don't try to get in the way. Just wait for them to give you a better price. All right. Good luck.